Delighted to have Gwyon with us here today. Gwyon, of course, was here 35 years ago, a founding member, an elder in the church here. He moved on from us 8 years ago to become the minister in Maescanner, but we're, as we say, delighted that he's been willing to be interviewed just for a few moments about how things were back in the early days 35 years ago. So Gwyon, Llanelli, 35 years ago. How were things? How would you describe the kind of situation? Because people don't roll out of bed one day and say, we're going to plant a church. It's over time, isn't it? The vision, the burden. Yeah. So how would you describe things here in the area of Llanelli 35 years ago?
Things were very much different to what they are today. And one of the big visions or the big desires of people who first came together think about forming Llanelli Free Evangelical Church was that if Llanelli in the late 20th century is going to be reached, then you needed an English-speaking evangelical church as the base to do that. With things changing so quickly in the church scene at Llanelli, lots of people decided, yes, you do need an English-speaking evangelical church to be a base to evangelise people of Llanelli.
So a lot of prayer, a lot of
prayer,
a lot of talk. There must have come a point where what was an idea or a possibility became a real conviction. Did something like that happen for you?
Yeah, yes, that was, to drive it home again, that was one of the big issues in the minds of lots of people, that if you were going to reach people in Llanelli, you needed this English-speaking evangelical church. And a group of like-minded people came together some months before the church was actually formed, first of all to pray and to see how things would go and see how the Lord would lead us. And the Lord did lead us over those months as we met to pray. Gwyon Jenkins, who was the first pastor of the church, he would address these prayer meetings, bringing us face to face with what the New Testament teaches about what church should be. Those are very helpful. And as we met together to pray, so the burden increased and there was a unity and a definite acknowledging that the Lord was leading us in this direction.
Great. I've heard lots of people talk about the strength of unity in those early days. That was something very special.
Yes, it was. It was. We didn't quite know how it was all going to work out because it could all fall and flatten in his face within a couple of months. Yeah. But nevertheless, the desire was there, the vision was there, the burden was there to do church, for want of a better word, to do church in such a way where the preaching of the word would be central, where there would be a huge emphasis on praying, and also a huge emphasis on evangelising. Evangelising would be a key component of this new church.
Well, it's been great to hear that from Gwyon, hasn't it? And do make sure this morning that you've got memories of the early days here in Llanelli, that you let us know, share it with people, because we need every encouragement that we can get in these days.